Hey, this is Corey Long with YROC Consulting out of Sherman, Texas. I wanted to show you a couple of things as 2023 gets started. It's going to be becoming more and more important as recession concerns happen, as everything else happens, for you as a contractor to own more and more market share. If you don't own as a recession happens and things contract, as market share starts to get smaller, you need to have more of what market share is left. The only way to do that is through digital marketing. That's really the only way to really capture additional traffic, additional eyes, additional searches. That's right. We all know that everyone's still going to Siri, or they're going to Google. They're going to, right. They're asking either through their phone or through a device, or they're searching on their mobile device or another device, laptop, whatever it may be, for whatever the services are. So as 2023 happens, I would highly suggest you do a couple of things. They're going to be vital as far as making sure that number one, you're really showing well out there. And number two, that you're capturing more market share. And there's all kinds of ways to do that. I'm going to just give you a couple of tips today. Really wanted to show you a couple of things that are going to help you in your business. I've been doing this for 8 years, 8+ years, I guess now. And we've dominated all over the world. We've got clients that have been tiny. We've got clients that have been massive with 300+ locations. I've dealt with huge corporations. We've literally ranked around the world. We've ranked for whole cities. We've ranked for states. We've ranked nationally. We've ranked internationally. We've ranked multiple companies that are in multiple countries. We've done it all. And so it's just a process, right? It's just a process. So I say all that to give you an idea of kind of what we've been able to do in certain markets. So I randomly chose something today, concrete services in Plano, Texas, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what you might look for. By the way, if you're not searching inside of an incognito window or a private window, just depending on what type of a browser that you're using, you're going to get mixed results. What I mean by that is Google is watching everything you do. And so Google is literally taking whatever that you do, however you search, and it's manipulating your search results to fit what you've been searching and where you've been going. So if you aren't actually if you aren't actually doing incognito or private window or something like that, to where it takes the search results away that you've done, your past history, and then it gives you new results, like wipes the slate clean, starts over, then you're seeing skewed results. So I used to have a client, he was in Washington, D.C., and one day he called me and he's like, we're ranked number one. We're ranked number one. And I was like, really? I said, that's not what I'm seeing on my end at all. Come to find out, he had just been looking at his website a whole lot. Google had manipulated the search results and he ranked number one because Google was giving him what they thought he wanted, not what the actual results were for somebody that was actually just searching. And so make sure you do that. Make sure you use incognito window or private window. It'll give you a better set of results. So let's just talk real quick. We've got some ads here for Plano, for concrete. We got 4 ads here. Google ads can work. It's not that they can't work, but you're going to get a very small percentage of people that actually click on these ads. It's maybe 10, 15% at best. Sometimes it's not even that much, because people are going to want to look for somebody that's truly local, because we know anybody can buy an ad from anywhere. It could be somebody that's like, this is Home Advisor, right? That's not going to be local, right? They're going to have contractors local, but that's not a local company. Most people are going to look for a local company, and the reason and the way that they can see that is they're probably going to look in Google Maps here. They're going to look at this is now called a Google Business Profile. If you guys have been around this a while, it's changed multiple times. It used to be called a GMB, or a Google My Business Listing. Now it's called a GBP, a Google Business Profile. And it has been this way for a little while. Guys, this is gold. This is literally where the bulk of the phone calls are going to come from for most service industries. Not all, but most service industries are going to get most of their calls from this one little 3-pack. It used to be, when we started this years ago, there were 7 actual listings in this. Now they've dropped it down to 3, and it's made it even harder because a lot of businesses that set up their Google business listing, don't do it well, and they never show, right? And so these guys that actually do spend some time on it, set it up well, optimize it fully, build out their citations, build out some other, there's a lot of tips and tricks to be able to do this, but bottom line, this is gold. Like, this is where the magic's going to happen. If you can get into this 3-pack, if you can get into the map pack, we call it all those things. If you can get into this area, most of the time you're going to get the bulk of those phone calls, just because people are going to look, they believe what these reviews say, even if the reviews are not real reviews. And you guys have probably all seen it. We've all seen fake reviews. We've seen spam reviews. We've seen all kinds of junk through the years. Even if it's not a real review, people believe what they read online, whether it's real or not. And so there are ways to push your listing into this 3-pack that maybe you don't realize right now, but you need to get there. You need to fully optimize. You need to fill it completely out. You need to add all your services. You need to add posts. You need to update all of your hours. You need to do some Q&A on there. You need to do all of those things inside of this listing to help push that listing up. You need to fill out everything from when you started the business to if there's anything specific or unique about your company, right? You want all of those things filled out. All right, so let's just look down a little ways here. This is going to be gold, right? This is literally going to be the place where the bulk of all of your activity is going to happen. And I'll tell you, without a website, most of the time you're not, especially if it's a competitive market at all. If it's competitive at all, without a website, you're going to really struggle to ever rank up here in these top 3. So you really need a good quality website to do that. And that's a website you own and control, by the way. Let's talk real quick about a couple of things. All right, so we consider these junk listings, and this is all junk listings. Look at this. The top 4 listings are all junk listings. This is paid, right? Yelp is paid, as we know, and if you're not paying, you guys know, you probably have gone through the process. Things don't always appear as they're supposed to on Yelp. I've left reviews before. I actually have a high-level Yelp account, and they won't even leave the good reviews that I leave for legitimate businesses that I legitimately used, right? They'll squash those, and then they'll show bad reviews. It's just the way they work. We've seen it for years. It's just who they are. I haven't seen them be a big factor in Texas ever, and we can outrank them. Angie's, of course, and Home Advisor, they're just junk listing. Anybody can get on Angie's list. Anybody can get on Home Advisor, right? We know that. And so I wouldn't worry too much about those. Again, you can outrank those. Only so many people are going to use their services. Not the bulk of the people. They're going to look for an actual local business. Of course, the BBP's just paid, so it doesn't really matter much either. And we can outrank them too. It's just another paid listing. People don't realize that it's just another paid organization. All right, so this literally is the very first listing that shows up for concrete services in Plano, Texas, which is McFallMasonry.com. And you can see their concrete contractors, Plano, Texas, driveways, patios, stamp concrete. They do all of those kinds of things. So this would be the very first listing. This would be the second listing, PlanoConcreteRepairs.com, Concrete Plano, Plano.samtheconcreteman.com. I like that, Sam the Concrete Man. And so as you look at these listings, like, the websites matter. Like, if we open some of these websites up, just so you can kind of see, guys, there's a reason why these are ranked. It's not just these guys did not pay Google to be here. They didn't do that. They did what Google's asked them to do, which is create a really good website that has good content, that has backlinks coming into it, that has other social media and other types of signals for Google to be able to rank. It does all of those things, right? And so if you look at a website and you look at literally everything from their title tag to their actual permalink to, and this is an interior page, by the way, that's ranking here, to all of this, like, this is must be a fairly powerful website for them to have an internal page ranking in the top spot on Google for Plano, when apparently they're not just in Plano, they're probably across the whole DFW market, right? And so as you look at this, you start to see patterns. And that's what we do. We find patterns. We build websites, we do SEO work, we do GBP work, we do citations, we do backlinks, we do social media, we do YouTube videos, we do all of those signals and all of those things that helps a website to rank and show. And you'll notice like all of their images, like it matters. These images matter. It matters what they're named, matters what they're named before they're uploaded. It matters if there's an alt tag added to them. All of these little things matter, and they all add up to help a website to actually rank. So these guys are ranking on, it's kind of funny, they still have Google Plus on here, which doesn't even exist anymore. All of these things are ranking because of these types of websites are ranking because of the things that they've done for Google that they've given Google. And so they've shown Google certain things that Google loves. Google, we know what Google loves. The things that Google loves hasn't really changed in 8+ years. There's some tweaks, there's some small stuff, but overall, things really haven't changed that much in 8+ years. Now, let's address something, the monkey in the room right now, right? One of the things that is happening out there right now is AI content. Can I just suggest to you to stay away from that for now? I don't know what's going to happen down the road, but for today, AI content, Google is literally going after it as hard and as fast as they can. If they suspect at all that you have AI content on that page or your site or whatever it is that you're putting out, they're not going to rank it. They're not going to give it authority. They're not going to push it up because they don't want AI. They want human written, real live content. That's why that's all we use for any of our web. We do not use AI stuff on our websites right now. Now, that may change 6 months from now, a year from now. I don't know. I just know that right now Google doesn't like it. The last couple of the last couple of updates they've done have slapped AI content. Anything that had AI content, it literally slapped it, and it caused it not to rank as well. And I think you're going to see, just based on everything I've seen in the last year or so, I think you're going to see Google continue to just push into that. So just be aware that that's what's going to happen. So I would highly suggest making sure that you've got plenty of really good location specific content and keywords on your website. Make sure that all of your title tags, your permalinks, all of these headers, everything is actually set up to really go after and spoon feed Google the keywords that you're chasing in the marketplace that you're chasing. So Google My Business or Google Business Profile, you want to make sure that Google Business Profile is set up in a way that it's fully optimized, that it has all the keywords, that it has your services, that you do blogs and post updates on it, that you have Q&A on it, that you upload pictures and images. You can actually do layered images. There's all kinds of ways to manipulate those images, that you build citations for those, that you set up your website and you make sure that everything site structure wise is set up correctly so that when you start to push power and authority through backlinks and other things to that website, and you start to send social signals from all of your social media, that it actually matters. And Google goes, oh, this must be the most authoritative website within this market share, and it's going to continue to bump you as it goes. There's also tips and tricks of ways to go after long tail keywords. You guys have probably heard that phrase. So stamped concrete, or something that maybe is a little micro niche inside of the bigger niche, can be a lot of times a lot easier thing to rank for, like these guys did, than overall concrete or driveway, concrete driveways, or concrete flat work, or whatever it may be, concrete countertops. I don't know, whatever it is that you go after, right? So as you look at your website and you're going into 2023, you need to start capturing more market share. The way to do that is to make sure that you're showing up here in these top listings. You're showing up here, you're showing up down here. One of the ways to do that is to start with a really good quality website. If you don't have a good quality website, you can send all the power, all the authority, all the other stuff that you want to it, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to sit. It's going to be a really pretty business card. And that's about all it's going to be. So we don't just build good looking websites. We build websites that actually Google loves. And so start with a really good, you got to get your foundation right. It's no different than any of the work that a contractor does, right? If you don't get the foundation right, if you don't get everything right, if you don't get the lines plumb, if you don't get the things set up correctly, then nothing else is going to work correctly. And so you want to make sure and do that pre-work the way it needs to be done, get the website set up correctly, get your Google business profile set up correctly, then start building on all those other things so that you start to capture more market share. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the advice has helped you. I hope there's some things that you look at and go, oh, I could go do that right now. If this is something that you want to do yourself, great. Like, use what I just taught you. If it's not something you want to do, reach out to whoever sent you this video, or reach out through the channel that this is on and just let us know, hey, man, I would like some more information about this and what you guys are doing. We would love to help you. That's what we're in the business to do. We only take on so many clients a year. That's all we do. We're pretty picky about who we work with, because at this point in our business, we can be. And so we want to work with people that really want to take over market share, grow their businesses. They want to, like, we've added zeros to people's bottom lines in a year's time. We had a fencing contractor in Austin that we added $1.2 million in 1 year to their bottom line. Like, that's the kind of marketing that you can do if you have somebody like us in your corner. And so it doesn't take long to grow something really fast if you do it correctly. It just means you got to do it correctly. So if that's something that's of interest to you, great. Send us a message. Let us know. Whoever sent you this video, click on whatever is below this video or around this video. And send us a message and let us know if that's something. Again, this is Corey Long for Rock Consulting out of Sherman, Texas. We appreciate you. I hope 2023 is a massive success for you this year. And hopefully this year is something that maybe this is going to be your record year. Maybe this is the year that you have a record year, and while others are maybe struggling, you don't have that problem. You keep your crews busy, you keep money in the bank and food on the table, and life is good. All right. Here's to 2023. I hope this helped you.